Good day everyone, I'm Jerry Jinganya, BSCMT, studying in USTP. So I perform on how to use the BOM or multimeter. So first, you need to check the safety. So since I don't have a VOM, I think this is a VOM. So check your probe if there's a leak in the line. And this one. So your probe is a positive and this is negative. Second, we need to check we need to calibrate our VOM or multimeter. So first thing to do is to set your VOM or multimeter to ohms, since we use times 10 ohms. That's it. And then your probe touch each other, just touch each other, and if your needle goes to zero, like that, your VOM is already set. If there's your VOM is in here, you need to calibrate this one. You need to turn this one into, so it will be back to 0. And that's it. And then your VOM or multimeter is set. So second, checking the polarity. So let's example the battery. Let's check the polarity of that battery. So put your positive here and negative in here, like that. If your needle goes forward, your probe is in the correct place. If your needle goes backward, so the probe is in the wrong place. Okay, and then next, let's check the continuity of the things or sample of fuse. So checking the continuity of the fuse. Sample, this is the fuse. Since the fuses don't have a polarity, you can put it everywhere. So in checking the polarity, you need to turn your VM into ohms again. So check times 10. So if you check if the reading is in 0 or below 0, that means there's a continuity in your fuse. So if the reading is in here, your fuse has a continuity. Okay, so that's it. So checking the resistance of the resistor. Checking the resistance is very easy. So you need to turn your VM into ohms in here, times 10 again. Since since the resistor don't have a polarity, you can put the probes anywhere. Put that here, put that here. So that's easy to check the polarity. So checking the polarity, since we are in times 10, we go here, we read here, times 10. So sample, this one is we read here the resistance. Okay, just here in the 10 part, this part, read here, and sample your probe is here, just read it in here. Okay, So next, let's check the DC voltage. So let's go back to the battery. In DC voltage, you need to set your VOM into DCV. Example, if you have a battery in 9 volts, you need to put your voltage into DCV in 10. Example, this battery. Let's check this one. If you check 10, if you put your VOM into 10, you will read this in this part. So example is 9. You probably the needle is here. Needle is here, okay? And then that's how to check the DC in the VOM. So checking the AC voltage, you need to set your VOM into an ACV. Example, put this ACV into 250 as a common in our outlet. So checking the AC voltage is very easy because AC voltage don't have a polarity. So you just put your needle in the outlet and then put your needle in the outlet and set your voltmeter into ACV 250. So the reading is probably is in here, maybe it's 250 or 220 or 230. No, it's probably here because you set your VOM into 250. Okay, and then need to check the capacitor. In this electrolytic capacitor, the capacitor has a polarity. So this one is the positive and this one is the negative. So checking capacitor, if you put this one in here, you need to calibrate your capacitor because there's a point there. Put that here. Checking the capacitor, you need to set your multimeter into ohms again. Times 10. So if your needle goes forward and back to its natural position, so it means your capacitor is in good. So if your capacitor won't move, that means your capacitor is defective. So yeah, that's it, and thank you for today, and God bless and stay safe.